Hey guys, it's Bella, and in this video we are going to read through the Gothic Bible's account of Jesus' curing of the Gerosene demoniac while looking at some art made by the Ostrogoths, which depicts the scene involved. So we have Jesus here, and note, as I say in many of these videos, that this is specifically an Aryan version of Jesus. You can look at my other Gothic tidbits to get a reason for why that is. We see the Gerosene demoniac there, and there are the swine, the pigs, who get the demon driven into them. So let's read the Gothic. So it says, Yahquimandin ima hindar marin in Goya Gerosene, gamoti deidun ima tue demonarios us levas num rinandans. Slidie fillu, swaswe ni machta mana uslithan. Therfana wig yenana. So, and with him coming, but this him is referring to Jesus, hindar marin, beyond the sea, in Goya Gergesane, into Gerosene, into the region of Gerosene. Gamortideidun imma tue demonarios. Demonarios is demon-infected people. It's very dramatic. I really love the word demonaris. It's really cool. They met him. And this is interesting that it uses the plural and not the dual. But there we go. Two demoniacs. Us lewasnom, out of the tombs. So and these seem to be what they are. So what's interesting is that we can actually maybe expand what we understand the word lewasna to mean in Gothic. It's usually translated as a tomb because it glosses the Greek word for tomb. But actually, here we don't really see a tomb. We see this like earthen mound out of which these men emerge, because you might remember from some of my other videos that there is this general association of the natural world as demonic, as non-heavenly, as unholy, and so it's the dominion of demons. So coming out of the earth, literally like terrestrial, is a good place for these demons to come. This is almost their home. You could maybe make some sexual innuendos about the shape of these sort of hell mounds, hell mouths, which, by the way, such mounds coming out of the earth exist in early medieval art and even actually Middle English art. In the manuscripts depicting the illuminated manuscript of Gawain and the Green Knight, we see a similar sort of hole in the earth in which the devilish Green Knight resides. So it's perhaps possible that the Ostrogoths had a similar kind of thing. But what I'm saying here is that we maybe should reinterpret the meaning of Lewasna to mean not just a man-made tomb, but also a natural hole in the earth, like a cave, based on the depiction of the scene by the Ostrogoths. We know this is an Ostrogothic artwork in particular because of the clean-shaven Jesus. We see this word Lewasna referring to a tomb, and this would have been the art in the church. So when they were hearing this Bible verse read aloud in church, and the Goths heard Tue demonarios us lewasnom, they would have been looking up at this and picturing this kind of structure, this earthen structure with it's basically a hill with this foliage on top of it, out of which the two demoniacs emerge. So they are clearly interpreting Lewasna as referring to this kind of structure as well as a man-made tomb. So we should bear that in mind for our interpretation of the Gothic. Anyway, so they are renandans, they are running out of these tombs. Slidiefilu, they were very much troubled or disturbed. Swasweni machta manna uslithan etherfana wigienana. So such that no man could uslithan depart or progress through that path there. So these demoniacs are in the way and Jesus can't get past them, basically. Iach se, ropi deidun quitandans, hua uns iachthus, Jesu, suno gudis, quamt her for the mail balwian unsis, wasoch than ferda herda swine managese haldana. So, and behold, Yahse, ropideidun quitans, they shrieked, saying, and this is the demoniacs who are shrieking, Hua uns Yahthus. What does it matter to us and to you, Jesu, O Jesus? Suno gudis, to the Son of God. So this is a bit of a weird construction. What literally it's what to you and what to us and to you. And this is interesting also, uns, because they mention specifically that it's two demoniacs. And there is a dual form of the pronoun ukis, which they could have used, but they're not. Here they've used the form uns. So it's possible that in this time period, the use of the dual pronoun was fading away in the spoken Gothic of Ostrogothic Italy, and so they didn't think it necessary to include it. My guess would be that in Wulfila's time, the dual was more consistently used, so in the 4th century, but in the 6th century, in which this Codex Argenteus, which is the background for this slide, and the 6th century Ravenna, where this artwork was created, I think in the spoken Gothic of this time, it would have been read aloud, say, in the churches and written by the Arian Ostrogothic church in Ravenna. They seem not to have been using the dual as regularly. It wasn't productive, as we would say. But this construct is kind of weird. What to us and to you, O Jesus, to the Son of God. But basically, this means, what does it matter to us and to you? Or what's the deal, basically, for us, with us and you, O Jesus, Son of God? It's we see similar constructions in Latin and Greek with the words quod or quid and chi, respectively. So, or t rather, I should say, in Greek. Quamt her for mail baluian unsis. You have come, quamt her here, for the mail, before the time or before your time. Balwian unsis, this is a really cool word. Balwian is to torture us. Wasoch dan, ferraim, herra suine, managese, haldana. So there was then, ferraim, far away from them, herra suine, managese, haldana. A herd of swine, and these are the swine there. They almost look like rats in this one, in this drawing. Herra suine, managese, a herd of many swine, haldana, that was kept nearby. So what's going to happen to those pigs? If for skochsla beidun ina quithandans, Jave us verpis uns, us lovi uns, galithan in tho herda swine. And this is also interesting because we see the grammar breaking down a little. If tho skochsla beidun ina quithandans, because tho skochsla is nominative, that's why I've coloured it yellow, but it's neuter nominative plural, and it's those demons. But this participle here, quithandans, is the men saying. It's the masculine form. The neuter form would be quithandona. So we've got, and it definitely is going with Foskochsla, because otherwise we would have two nominatives governing a single verb. The only option, the only other plausible interpretation is that it's saying the demons asked him, that's Jesus, and also the demoniacs, which would be masculine, asked him. That's possible. It's a bit unlikely. It seems more like just a breakdown of the grammar, which is curious. Or maybe it's possible even that this is one of the exceptions. You didn't need to have the neuter the neuter form for the participles. It's possible because in Gothic, mixed plural groups take the neuter gender, but also, frankly, this wouldn't be a mixed group anyway, because all of the nouns in this group, Thorskorsla, are neuter gender anyway, so it's all neuter gender, so it should, in theory, be neutral gender in the participle, but it's not. Anyway, that's an interesting irregularity, let's say. Let's move on. Yahweh, uswerp is uns. If you, uswerp, warp us out, cast us out. Uslovi uns, galithan in forherda swine. Permit us, galithan, to depart in forherda, into the herd swine, of pigs. So then what's going to happen? Yach quath duim gangith. If is usgangandans galithun in herda swine, yach se. Ron gaworchtedun. Sis alla so herda. And driuson in marin yach gadoth nodedun in Watnam. So, and Jesus, well, quath to him, he said to them, but this is Jesus here who's speaking to them. Quath to him, he spoke to them, gangith, go, get out. If is usgangandans galithun in herdaswine. But they, departing, and these are both, interestingly, is is not a plural pronoun. Sorry, it's not a dual pronoun, it's the regular plural pronoun, and these are also masculine participle, usgangandans. Galithun in herda swine, they departed into the herd of swine, into the herd of pigs. So now the demons are occupying the pigs. Yachse, run gawacht eidun sis. Alla so herda and driuson in Marvin. Now this is kind of weird, and the grammar is a bit odd, but I think what this is the demons caused a stampede, a run, and then sis alla so herda and driuson in Marvin. I think what this is all of the herd of swine following this rush put themselves into the sea. They went into the sea. Yach gadoth nodeidun in Watnam, and they died in the water. But there's no verb that should go with alas or herla, so I don't quite understand what it's doing there. But the message of it for sure is very clear. It's that all of the herd of swine in the rush went into the sea and they died in the waters. So I believe that is the end of the miracle, the scene in Matthew, the Gospel according to Matthew, chapter 8, verse 32. And this is the ending of the miracle of the Gerosene Demoniac. I hope you guys enjoyed this little Gothic tidbit. If you want to learn Gothic from me, you can subscribe to my Patreon, which will be linked on the main page of my channel. You can also join my Discord server where I regularly post things about Gothic, and we also have a cool community where we talk about history, politics, all sorts of fun stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye everyone.